Counting in 5, 4, 3, 2.
Hey y'all, it's your girl MamaVee here, back for another mukbang. And we are doing something really simple and quick this time around. No seafood boil. We're doing a little bit different. So I will go ahead and say what we have. So we got some Puerto Rican food today. We got it from, what's the restaurant called?
El Sol.
El Sol in San Rafael. And so I have an espresso coffee. I don't know why I'm drinking it this late. It's dinner time. Espresso coffee with real milk here. And then I have plantains. So fried mashed up plantains, some regular rice, chili sauce, some prawns and salad, and some plantain chips. So we got some beans. And for my dessert, I'm really excited. It looked a little bit better earlier, but this is like a pineapple crumb cake, so I'm interested to see how it is. And then go ahead and baby daddy's gonna explain what he has on his plate.
So I have the same thing, rice, plantains, and I got the rib dish.
Yeah, closer up for the folks to see.
I got the rib dish. So we are going to dig in.
Yes, and in these little cups we just have beans. I'm gonna put a little bit of beans. Oh, they put little peppers in it. Put a little bit of black beans on my rice here.
It came with like a lemon dressing for the salad.
Yeah, it's a really light, like lemon and garlic pretty much, and a little bit of oil. My prawns, I thought honestly they were gonna be a little bit bigger, so I was like debating between like the rotisserie chicken and the prawns, but you know, we'll try it out. Have a couple of bites, and then again, we'll just talk quickly about how our weekend is going. I'm mostly excited about plantains. I love plantain chips, plantains fried, the sweetened caramelized plantains. If you guys don't know what plantains are, they're like the thicker bananas. They look like bananas, but they're a little bit thicker, and they can come in green and yellow, but they're small. Do you mind handing me a napkin, please? Yeah, so they were doing only takeout instead of ordering. You know, we're still on lockdown. I think until the end of this month, so we'll see how that works out. The rice and beans is pretty good. I have to have hot sauce with like everything I eat. That's what I have to do with meat.
It's good with the chips if you like use it as a dip.
The beans?
Yeah.
I'm gonna try some of the prawns. I was trying to break it off, but it's a little. The bread is really good on the prawns, so it's fried and breaded. It has a lemony taste to it. I love lemony taste with seafood because I just feel like it makes it taste like fresher.
The ribs are, it's not too salty, but it's break off the bone, easy to rip straight off.
Is it dry? Is it moist?
It's pretty moist though.
Their lemon sauce is good.
With the salad?
Yeah. And their salad is fresh. Yeah, we just wanted to do something quick today because long weekend. It's Mother's Day weekend. Happy Mother's Day to all of you guys, whether you have your own biological children, adopted children, or you help raise and influence other people's kids.
Did you see that Sandra Bullock? I guess she adopted a child and she posted it on IG.
She adopted a child recently?
I'm not sure if it's recently, but I just saw on IG that she posted her child.
This is good. It's good. we tried to film a little bit earlier, but then I had to do a family phone call. So we did like the Facebook Messenger chat with my grandma in the islands, and we said Happy Mother's Day to her. So that was really nice.
How old is grandma now?
My grandma, her birthday is in December. So she'll be she's 97 right now. So this year she'll be turning 98. She's still going strong, coherent, can talk, can remember things. I forgot about the plantains. They said this was supposed to come with a sauce, but I didn't see it.
I don't think I saw it either when I was unpacking the food. Yeah, the lemon sauce is good with the lemon dressing.
This is a little hard to chew.
Oh, the plantain?
Cause like it's crispy, but it's like not thin shaved like this one. But it's crispy, but it's a little bit thicker, so requires a tad bit more chewing. I don't usually like coffee, but like Cuban, Brazilian, any type of other coffee brewed, like their versions of coffee, I really do like. So that's why I ordered this one. This big, this was like $4 for this.
Really?
It's cheap for some coffee. Although, it's a little bit bitter. I do like my coffee more on the bitter side than the sweet side. So, if you like the sweeter version, you probably want to add some sugar into that. But I think that's good for my palate.
Oh, it's. I haven't even tried it.
Oh, you have it?
No.
Also, just want to give another big shout out is we had another extended family member that had passed, and like with COVID, you know, traveling restrictions and all that. So that our side of the family decided to do like my sister organized a family Zoom prayer call. Had a program and everything, an agenda. So it's pretty cool because we were able to reconnect. Like, we already had this technology, but I think COVID really makes you use your technology and forces you to connect with people that maybe you don't connect with on a daily basis or even on a monthly or yearly basis. And so it's really cool. We were on the chat call, and after we did our family prayer and stuff, some people like dropped off, but a couple of us stayed to just chat. And it was really cool just connecting with folks. And my one, I honestly consider him as a brother, but technically he's like my cousin, so my dad's brother's child. I've only met him once in my whole life. Like, and we met like 2.5 years ago. And he was on the chat, and he was kind of quiet while everybody else was there. And then, anyways, slowly, you know, folks were dropping off, and then it was just him and his wife on the chat, and then me and my sister on the chat, and we were talking for like hours, like, and it was really dope. Like, we were probably talking till like 3 o'clock in the morning this time, 3:30 in the morning this time. And I've met him once in person, and you know, we've stayed in contact here and there on social media, but I've never talked to his wife or met his wife in person. So it was just like crazy, because I was telling like baby daddy, I was like, can you imagine I'm on the phone, we're video chatting for like
forever, like
5.5 hours straight, and this is not 5.5 including the family prayer. Like, this is like after the family prayer. I was like, could you really imagine, like, we've only met each other like once in real life, and we have so much to talk about. And it was so cool because, like, it just, like, him and his wife are, like, so nice, and it just reminds you of, like, it doesn't really matter, like, how long you known somebody, but if there's, like, a bond and people are, like, genuine and they have such good hearts. So it was, like, really cool. And I was like, I didn't even notice what time it was. I was like, oh my god, it's already 3 o'clock. And then, you know, where I was like, oh man, I gotta go sleep. I'm starting to fall asleep. So yeah, it was really cool to video chat and connect with him. And he has such a beautiful family and his kids. Like, you can just tell that they're such a great functional unit family. Like, the kids are really helping out with the parents because he has some older kids in their 20s, and you know, they really pitch in. And so I can only hope that that happens for us, you know, that our kids you know, pitch in and we're able to relax a little bit in life versus, like, you know, us supporting them. My kids are screaming outside the door. What was I saying?
How Matthew's kids help out with the family.
Oh yeah, they help out with the family, and his daughter was on the video chat for a little bit, and it was just like, and you're just like, you know, they have just such genuine hearts, and it's hard to come around people like that. Like, imagine just meeting somebody once in your life and being like, we've never really knew about each other before, and when we met at our uncle's funeral, and we were literally only within we were only in the same place for like 2-3 days. So I really appreciate him and his family, and that just really warmed my heart for the weekend. And then seeing my grandma on video chat and all that. So yeah. I hope your Mother's Day is going well.
It's interesting now here in California, like, it feels like a lot more people are going out.
There's like low-key, not hella traffic, but there's a lot more cars out. Like, when we first went out, we barely saw any cars on the road. Versus now,
They are giving their tita a run for her money right now.
they're being watched by my sister. They're cracking up because they know when we're recording and they see all the equipment going up. You have to be quiet in the room. But yeah, when we were first going out with COVID, it was like no cars on the road. It was a ghost town. Now there's a good amount of cars. It's like a, what would I consider it? That's like a Monday 12 p.m. afternoon type of traffic. You know, like half the people done called in sick. Some people are at work. Some people are just driving on the road.
But a lot more busier, like a lot more people on the street. It's pretty interesting how it seems like things are slowly picking up the pace, going back to normal.
Which is scary at the same point, because I'm like, what is there's still a bunch of cases out there, right? And we're in California, so we've been pretty on the, for the most part, on the 10 top list ever since it hit the U.S. And it was funny because his cousin is a nurse, and she had posted on Instagram, it said, just because shelter in place is lifted does not mean the pandemic is over. It just means that they have room for you in the ICU. I started cracking up because I'm like, that's real. Like, they finally have rooms in the hospitals, but that does not mean that, like, all of a sudden the pandemic evaporated into the air, you know? So I'm still social distancing. When they start opening up the bars and stuff, I ain't going. I'm gonna wait for the first month and be like, okay, observe what happened. I'm not going nowhere. I'm gonna still act like we're shelter in place. Yeah, and then imagine there's a second wave of it, right? So y'all just play it smart and be on the smarter side, and you know, we got our numbers down, but that doesn't mean it's gone. So keep the numbers down, y'all. LA, Huntington Beach. Stay home.
Which is also interesting because I was listening to the radio, like, you know, since like the pandemic happened, like there's less CO2 in the air related to like global warming. But they were saying that even though that there's less CO2 in the air, once like things go back to normal, that slight like moment where like global warming was kind of getting to a point where it's like we're not harming the earth as much, is gonna, the effect that COVID had on this, it's just gonna, in a year, it's just gonna go back to where it was. It's just gonna jump right back up.
Yeah, like it's not like we eradicated pollution or global warming, right? We just slowed down the process, but it's still there. So I don't want folks to be like, yeah, we're back to being good. Like, no, bro.
Yeah, they were just mentioning that, like, you know, it's interesting to see that effect, right? Like, there's less people out, so the CO2 drop. Even like people in LA are saying like there's no LA fog anymore. Like the air's a little bit clean.
No, not LA fog. LA pollution haze.
Yeah.
Fog is different. Fog is natural. Pollution is not.
But then, like, within a matter of, like, once things go back to normal, that effect is just gonna, like, it never happened. Like, it's gonna...
Yeah, because people are, you know, they're trying to go, people want to go places, and, you know, like, the activity's probably gonna double than usual.
Because it's been hot lately, like... I understand summer's coming around the corner, but it's weird. Like, a few weeks ago, it was like...
But it's May.
That's true.
I think that, like, we've been stuck in the house for so long, you forget what time it is. But I was thinking that too. I was like, oh, it's hella hot. That's unusual. But then I was like, it's May. It's like almost summer.
Yeah, summer's around the corner.
In the past 2 years, it's been pretty hot for summers in the Bay Area.
Yeah, I was over here thinking, like, it's like LA weather, but with the breeze, which is nice. Because Bay Area weather is like...
LA's hotter, though.
No, it is hot, but, like, just relating to, like, the heat. But at least you get a breeze out here, like, cool wind.
We'll be in the 70s. LA be in the 80s easily. That 10 degrees makes a difference. That's one of the things.
Well, I guess, you know, when you grow up there, you're just so used to the heat, right?
I grew up in the Bay Area. He grew up in LA, so he's used to that. But, like, every time we go to LA, and you know, it's the summer. Everybody's traveling. You get more vacation time and more free time. And, like, I don't know, like, I seriously say this, but I feel like I was born with extra sweat glands or whatever it is, because like the slightest like heat temperature, like it just makes me uncomfortable and more sweaty than like usual. Every time we go in LA, like I literally take like probably like 2 different showers, how many outfit changes, because I just feel like sticky and like my face is not used to the air, and I just feel like all the dirt is like clings to my face.
Bam.
Yeah, so like every time like I go to LA, I feel like my body changes like in terms of how it reacts to the weather, especially my hair. Y'all girls who have curly, coarse hair, 4C, B, whatever it might be, texture hair, boosh, out in LA. So, yes. Oh, something also random I wanted to say was, so we for the most part, like all this whole COVID, we've been eating in a lot. Like, we've been cooking and stuff, because, you know, one, you don't know, like, people making the food if they might be infected, and also, like, just trying to budget-wise and all that. But I got so tired of tasting, like, very similar food. I mean, I'm not, like, a gourmet chef where I can make, like, 5 different, and I know all the flavors of different countries and all that, right? I'm the type of person to eat for survival and eat for nutrients. That's it. And me and my sister were talking about, like, I was like, dude, I don't even want to eat dinner. Like, I'm hungry, but I'm so tired of the same tasting foods. So this week we've been eating a lot more. Like, we did
we've been
Mexican, we did Thai food, we did Cambodian food, we did Puerto Rican food. Like, and it's just because, like, my palate is so tired, and, like, when there's not many things to look forward to while you're in lockdown, let it be food. Let it be food.
And also was pretty crowded.
Well, it was like the 6 feet distance line too for the takeout line and all that. I was upset though. I'm about to do another mukbang. I might just do a mukbang tomorrow again. They had like Puerto Rican tamales, and the difference is so regular tamales are usually in like a corn husk, versus theirs they do in banana leaves. It does cook differently, y'all. Different material does. And banana leaves, like I said, plantains and banana leaves, they're a little bit closer to my heart because my family's from Tonga. And so my mom's also half Fijian. But primarily, right, we practice a lot of Tongan practices. And we ate fiaine is what they call it, like the green bananas and all that. And so the banana leaves were used to, like, how that cooks. So I'm really interested to see how a tamale tastes in
banana leaf.
A banana leaf. But then I ordered it, and they're like, "Oh, it's only a Sunday special," and I was like, "Damn, bro!" Like I was looking forward to show you guys and doing recommendations because they actually sell it in bulk, frozen, so you can cook it at home. But I wanted to see how it tastes first, before you buy 48 tamales to be in my refrigerator. So yeah. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. No,
I was gonna say this isn't the first time we had this. I was thinking we went out to San Rafael.
Was I pregnant or we had the girls?
No, you were pregnant. And we had gone to
We had gone to a baby store out there.
Yeah.
In San Rafael. And I remember now. So I was pregnant a year out of college. He just finished college. Just
graduated.
We were working normal jobs, y'all. We weren't balling. And then I found out I was pregnant, and it was cool. Right? You're pregnant, you're like, okay. And I had my own place at the time, right? So we're paying rent, and, we're also, living life and all that. But then you find out you got twins.
Oh.
So you need 2 of everything. So I'm like that person of I'm pretty I spend my money very cheaply because I like savings. Savings my thing. I get excited I could save $200 a month.
Yeah, so when we went to the San Rafael spot,
it was a cool assignment.
It was a good buy.
Yeah. It was basically a reusable store for baby stuff, but keyword, y'all. So San Rafael is, if you're not from the Bay Area, it's a more uppity, higher class neighborhood.
Yeah. Marin County is
Marin
generally
County. So they have really good donations of people not even any scratches or anything. So we went there to go buy a baby changing table. Yo, I'm not lying. It was all put together and damn near brand new for almost 25% of what it would cost. I think normal changing tables, that brand though, was probably a good $150. We probably paid less than $50 for it.
Yeah, I was gonna say close to $40.
Yeah, $40 for it, and so. Keyword, if y'all new parents, and it's a changing table, you don't need to be spending money. As long as it's safe for the child, you don't need to be spending money on brand new things. And we did that a lot. We were very blessed. My coworker had twins too.
Yeah, we had a lot of stuff secondhand
given to us. Yeah. My coworker, he had twins, and it wasn't I was going around asking for things, but he's oh, these things I've been meaning to get rid of if you want it. And he's and it was barely used or anything like that, so that was pretty dope. So anyways, we went out there, and then we went out to the Soul Cafe, the Puerto Rican place. But I remember
we had 8 there.
We eaten halfway there. And I don't know if I got sick or I was nauseous, but I remember I was 2 bites in, And I was like telling him, I'm like, we gotta go, bro. Like,
yeah, okay.
And also like the table they sat us at, and it's not their fault. Like, it's just because I was pregnant, and so this is nothing to them. But the table they sat at, it was like a picnic table, so it was like a table like this and benches, so I couldn't lean on anything, right? And it was pretty packed. Like, it was pretty packed at the restaurant, and I didn't want to wait any longer. So you're hungry, you're pregnant, and I was sitting there, and like they're serving us some stuff, and I told him, I was like. They literally, like, probably put our plate down within, like, 2 minutes. I was like, we gotta go. And he was like, for real? And I was like, yeah, like, I can't sit comfortably. Like, I feel like I'm gonna throw up. Like, and if you're pregnant and there's too many scents, at least for me, I was super sensitive. And if there's too many scents in the air, especially when I was pregnant, like, I couldn't. Like, if someone had perfume from Victoria's Secret, another one had perfume from Bath and Body Works, one had a perfume from, like, Macy's, I could smell all of the different types of perfumes, and it would just make me sick because of just, there was too much stimulation, or I don't know.
Yeah, it's interesting because you didn't have too much of the morning sickness, did you?
You must have, I don't know where you were the whole pregnancy, damn, because boy, was I, you don't
I don't
remember?
recall you. Well, it was so long ago. It was so long ago.
It was only 3 years ago.
I remember you were like really sensitive though. You couldn't smell it.
Because he didn't have to go through the pregnancy. He made me have to deal with my emotions and me throwing Taco Bell across the room, but that's another story. But you didn't have to go through like and it was. Let me tell you why I'm like, you don't remember? Let me tell you why. Let me refresh your memory. Ding. So, I found out I was pregnant when I was already 2 months. So, I was already 8 weeks, right? I kind of already knew I was pregnant, but you kind of scared to face the facts because we were pretty young. I was only 23. I just turned 23. Because I found out I was pregnant in June. And July was my birthday, so I just found out I was 23. But not one baby, not 2 babies.
I know, let alone 1, 2 at the same time.
So then, yeah, so then I found out I was pregnant. I finally went to the doctor, and they're like, you know, and then she told me, she said, interesting, you know, while she's doing the ultrasound, and I'm like, I must have done sat up, and I was like, what's interesting? Something wrong? And she's like, you having twins, and like. This, I don't want to go into it too much, but women who know it's not the belly ultrasound, it's the other ultrasound when you're, you know, really the really early stages of your pregnancy. I must have stood up and I was like, I sat up and I was like, you kidding, right? And she was like, no, miss, doctors don't joke around about that. I was like, you're right. Of course you don't joke around. That's horrible if you did. But anyways, so we found out. So before that though, before I was confirmed pregnant from the doctor, I would feel like really not even confirmed, right? I took a pregnancy test and then you have to wait to get into an appointment, right? And so I was like feeling really sick like a month into my pregnancy. Like I could barely get up in the morning. Like I would have to wake up a little bit earlier for work to get all the like motion sickness out so I can be able to go for work. And I couldn't eat a lot of things. I stopped worrying.
I remember that you couldn't eat a lot of things.
Yeah.
Like it would just make you sick.
And then, so I told him, I was like, dude, this morning sickness is rough. And he thinks he knows everything. He was like, I think you're being a little dramatic. You said that. And I was like, what? He was like, you're only like a month in, like, and you're already feeling this sick. Like, he said, I think you're like being a little dramatic. I got hella mad, bro. So anyways, I went to the doctor and, you know, I found out I had twins, and he was like, oh, so you weren't lying about the morning sickness. Because usually you don't feel it that quick. At least I don't know. Sorry, y'all, camera died. But then anyways, he was like, oh, maybe it was you're having twins. That's why you're so sensitive. I was like, maybe because I was growing of life, no matter if it was 1 or 2 inside of my body. But yes, that took a turn for randomly we started talking about that. Oh, because we were talking about how we ended up going to this food.
Oh yeah, San Rafael to go get that.
That was very filling. I didn't think those prawns. I didn't even finish my prawns, even though there were only 3 pieces. I think because I drink a whole bunch of coffee, and coffee is an appetite suppressor. If y'all didn't know. What?
You drink hella coffee.
Yeah, I drink hella coffee. I'm about to go a mile a minute, bro. But anyways, I do want to say special shout out to my family, whether you were able to make it to our Zoom call or not, like, and especially my cousin from New Zealand, his wife and his family, that we have felt like I've known them for all of our lives. But yeah, I appreciate that, because it was a, interesting time of, how people are grieving, because you can't have big funerals and all that. So my heart does go out to folks who have lost loved ones, whether it's from COVID or not even from COVID, and aren't able to normally function in the way they want to. Yeah, you want to say anything?
No, I was just thinking about, we've been driving around looking at houses, and earlier yesterday,
I made that face not because of what you said, but because, like, people tell you the house buying process is stressful, and you're like, oh, but if you really like a house, and even if you're a first-time home buyer, you're like, oh, well, any home you can own, right, is great. No, it's a stressful process. It takes a lot of energy. But anyways, go ahead.
No,
we've viewed about 20 different places, almost darn near close to 20 different places. But go ahead.
I was just thinking, like, we were in the 80s, and then the dude that slipped out of his motorcycle.
Oh, yeah. We were driving, and I don't know if somebody hit this guy, but he, like, was driving, and, like, the motorcycle just, like, flips from under him, and it starts skidding sideways, and he rolls.
He was rolling.
And he didn't have any sleeves on, because he had, like, it was a hot day, but it didn't look like he was able to get back up, and he looked shocked.
Thank God he didn't. It didn't, like, it wasn't a serious injuries to him, but he was pretty banged. I thought he had broke his arm, but then he got up and he was just moving and everything was good.
Yeah.
But
I mean, he could have, and it was just the adrenaline, right?
Right.
But yeah, I don't know if anybody hit him or he hit something, but 2 cars did stop. But I don't know if they stopped because his motorcycle literally smashed into another car. He wasn't on it, so yeah, that was so random that you were thinking about it.
Yeah, I was just, because you were like, do you want to say anything else?
Oh.
And I was just like, well, yeah, I remember that.
The pineapple cake, y'all. I just want to try it. Oh, it's sticky. She's thick and sticky. She is hella thick and sticky. Or no, this is not pineapple cake. It's pineapple banana bread. That's why.
You know what was interesting? They had the upside down thing that you did for the bake sale. So they had like the pineapple
on top.
Yeah, on top.
Interesting. I wanted to order this because, as y'all know, I've been doing the baking segment, so I wanted to see if this is something I wanted to recreate for my recipes. It's kind of pineapple upside down because the bottom has a pineapple. It's interesting.
Let me try some.
I have to, when you're eating this, you have to remind yourself it's not a cake, it's a bread texture. So you have to compare it. You should have ordered your own.
Oh, like that?
It's Mother's Day. I ain't sharing with nobody. It's a cheat weekend. Let me tell y'all. Insanity, though.
Yo.
Insanity, I hate it because we...
It is a bread.
Right, but how do you feel about it?
There's a pineapple. There's cinnamon in there too.
You know what? I would recreate this recipe. I think I'm going to modify it a little bit. Because, you know, it's moist and a good texture. The pineapple doesn't come out enough. I wonder if, like, there should have been some crushed pineapples mixed in there. In the actual thing. Because there's pineapples on the outside and on the bottom. But not in there. You know what would have been good too? Is as a dessert, because it was labeled on dessert, some whipped cream. Just like a dollop of whipped cream on top. But it's pretty good. My mind's thinking for our next video.
Her mind is just running and running.
But yes. What were we talking about?
Oh, we were like closing out, I think.
It's been a long weekend, y'all. But yes, let me, in my hungry self, put the cake down over the banana bread.
I think California is supposed to open up on the 17th or
at the end of this month. I don't think that's gonna happen. It's like the cases haven't ceased in terms of new cases. There has been a decline, but I think it's mostly shelter into place. I don't want to open up too early. Although I do understand that people are out of jobs. Economy's not doing that good, but it's a struggle of the price of living versus, you know, the price of possible death due to this. Anyways, y'all. Thank y'all for watching. Be safe, be sanitary. Happy Mother's Day to everybody. And y'all stay blessed. Peace out, y'all.